好的，今天的话，我们继续我们的合金装备幻痛啊，我是拆。有想和我互动的同学可以去加一下 QQ 群啊，有想知道我个人信息的同学可以去关注一下微博，或者说节目表，每天那个微博上面有发。然后想看我往期视频录像的同学可以去优酷，可以去搜狐啊，搜索尘埃JY啊，每天的精彩录像都有上传。好的，然后今天的话，我们继续我们的幻痛，然后从今天开始的话，基本上就要开始进入到结局篇了啊，因为这个幻痛的话，其实第2章的内容真的很少。然后后面的话，基本上出现的几个大的任务都是结局，就包括依赖的结局，就是小孩们的结局，一个是静静的结局，还有一个是我们这个游戏VS Venom Snake 的结局。我们这边的话，一天给大家播一个，然后我们把它搞完。好，今天的话，我们继续我们的主线任务哈。然后这边的话，该第41关了，第40关的话，我们放一下。第41关永无休止的傀儡战争，这个的话就是我们那个小孩还有 Huey 他们的结局。
The CFA are gearing up for a large-scale attack against Angola's MPLA government. They're assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport and will be ready to move soon. We've been contracted by the MPLA to put a stop to them, but the civil war will keep burning on, whether we accept this job or not. Another East-West proxy war with the communist MPLA on one side and the capitalist-funded CFA on the other. An endless seesaw of blood and violence played out in the hands of the superpowers. I had my doubts at first, but I think we should take this job. Skullface is gone, but Cypher still remains. Competition with rival PFs will only get more intense. For us to survive, we need to expand our organization and get strong enough that no one can threaten us. So our only option is to fight and grow, and fight and grow.
然后这关的话是让我们去消灭 CFA 的装甲部队啊，比如说全是坦克、全是车这种东西。有装甲坦克的话，我们这边就要换上我们的火箭筒了。这个吧。这个吧，大棒棒。然后弟弟的话，打坦克的话，弟弟其实没什么用处。换搭档，换到静静吧。然后给静静换上罪孽蝴蝶。然后这样的话，反载具的那个狙击枪，这样静静可以帮助我做一些调整。好 ，OK， 吧。大家下午好，喜欢我直播的可以点一下右上角订阅啊！谢谢大家送的各种萌，还有虎牙，还有爸，还有6。机场要在机场组织。静静。Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. 有路线。然后这边的话是2个坦克车，这边是1个坦克车，然后最后的目标都是这个方向，最后的目标都是这个地方。那我们在这儿等就是了，不用去拦截了。他们最后的目标都是这个地方，我们守株待兔一下。然后先静静，静静去侦查。然后是 A 点 ，A 点在这边，这地方肯定会有敌人，我们先把敌人清出来，然后在这个地方安心的等着这几辆坦克车都过来。1000多米，500多米，这个得抓紧时间。我没有带消音麻醉狙，所以说这个地方得往里走。话说静静在不在侦查？在侦查。谢白金送的是个血瓶。下午好。 楼上一个，楼下2个，这儿还一个。我又回到了用小手枪干敌人的时候了。这天怎么阴下来了？这个炮好挡视线。瞄不到。好，300多米了，先把这个送走，抓紧时间这个地方。搞定。最后一个了吧？搞定，最后一个，把人都送走，把人都送走，把人都送走。快，还有300米呢。害怕虫洞的话，过了第31关的主线就有了。过完之后的话，去做一个新出的支线任务就可以获得。快，300米，快！然后他们还要转个弯儿，审问一下。情报，楼下有份情报。哦，果然下雨了。把这个搞定。300米马上就来了，270米在我背后了。这份情报是什么？对啊，都是虫洞的回收，没有气球了。不受天气影响，100%成功。我是在 Steam 上买的呀。好吧，淘宝上买的。我来看一下啊，这2波马上就到了，马上就到了。哦，他们最后都是要去机场的是吧？那在我这个地方会不会停下？先出来看看。我一口气对付3个有一点点尴尬呀。他们3个会不会停？我先往后绕。先去这个2个车的后面绕绕看，他们只要能停下来的话，我们就可以就是把他们回收掉。最后的话肯定是在机场那边会停下，这个是无疑问的。但是路上有没有可能？差不多了，这个方向应该看不见我了。那个停了，这2个会停的。中文版的话是在11月份发售，前面那个停了，这个也停了。哎，就不客气了，我。回收，那我就不客气了。这个车为什么会停下？你们是在等同伴吗？你的同伴再也不会来了，再也不会来了。我送你去陪他们。又来了一个直升飞机，这是直升飞机，这是辆车，又改一个车。这个车是不是也要去这个地方？这个直升飞机的话，我让静静帮我干掉吧，给静静派个位置，然后让她准备好干那个直升飞机。我这边来一辆车，这辆车的话。去截一下它吧，400多米，我去截一下它。飞机回收不了，这个游戏里面最难对付的敌人的话就是直升飞机，因为直升飞机的话，我现在到目前为止玩到现在了，都没有任何办法能够把直升飞机一击秒杀，不秒杀它的话就会被它发现，所以说现在就是这种情况。我要堵路，这个路是不是？这个路是他从这边过来，先把路堵好。 好，我是个箱子，差不多吧，差不多，先对准。直升飞机来了，哎，停下了。看不见我，对，他看不见我，然后他会停下，然后我发射，搞定！哎，不要压我，你那个停下。好的，就剩最后的这个破直升飞机了。看看静静能瞄准吗？不行。静静打不到，那就只有我打了呗。带静静没有任何用处，但是我打不死，直接就被发现了。打这个东西要2发才能干掉，但是打第1发就会被发现，然后被发现了，然后就结束了。目送你离开。所以说，这个直升飞机是这个游戏里面最难打的敌人，无论怎么打，不一击秒杀的话就会被发现。没了吗？没东西了，那我搜刮一下。没东西的我就搜刮一下。好话说得好，贼不走空，人贩子也不走空。这儿没有。打驾驶员没那个技术哦，没有那个技术，没尝试过啊。打这个玩意儿的话，我现在就2种方法，一是自己扛着炮上。自己扛着炮上的话，就很容易被他发现，不是很容易，是必须被发现啊，100%被发现，但是能打掉啊，不受伤害打掉是可以的。另一种方法的话，就是让静静打，但是刚才这个地方你们也看到了，静静根本没有射击的那个空间，根本射不到，所以说只能我自己来，我自己来就被发现了。我们现在是在综合直播，不是在我自己的直播间。前面那个机场我就不去逛热闹了。那个机场我就不去逛热闹了。H180米啊，离开战斗区域就可以了。这个地方也没有集装箱，也没有办法坐飞机回家，直接跑出地图就行了。耶！
Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
被发现一次啊，坑爹，被发现一次。牛皮鬼 A 加加，能不能不要吹牛了？能不能不要吹牛了？这也是回收的，还回收了一个 C 啊，志愿者是 C。
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kids' escape
背后主使就是伊莱。
It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
好，我这就回来。
Where is he?
I told you, your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance.
基本上我们在基地里面的所有的审讯都是山猫来进行的。山猫对于审讯、审问有一套自己的方法。他很爱好这个。Hugh， 喂，依赖。
Hell, even see the boss too.
First, I need to know what you sent them to do.
之前的时候我们已经做支线任务，然后把跑出去的那几个小孩都转回来了。
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just home.
一共是5个小孩。
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to
Eli.
kill.
怎么了？利奎德斯尼克，未来的大
Last
boss。
chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
他要干什么？小螳螂，小螳螂一直和依赖在一起。那个是甘达姆。
I'm not like you. Goodbye, father. I don't need you anymore.
这孩子的声线真粗。嚯、这是什么？小孩儿？这帮孩子真是，这帮孩子也叛变。不对，这个高达会飞。
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
这帮熊孩子呀，我们之前的时候把这帮熊孩子从那个钻石矿里面救出来，然后后来他们跑掉的时候，我们又把他们一个一个都找回来，然后最后还是没有办法阻止他们，在我的基地里面叛变了啊，挟持了直升机，然后还把高达弄走了。我的高达没有了是吗？
Boss, we're looking for the kids in Sahalanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this is until we find them. Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen.
好，然后我们接下来的话，其实这个的话就是我们的。
We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
其实这个的话就是我们所谓的刚才跟大家说那个依赖的结局啊，这个就是关于我们这些小孩的结局，就是跟着依赖一起叛变了，然后飞走了。后续的话就没有再说什么了。然后这边的话，我们想知道一些具体的情况的话，要去读磁带啊。磁带里面的话告诉我们很多很多东西啊，所以我们一起来听一下。首先是依赖。我们都知道依赖的话是 Liquid Snake 对吧 ？Liquid Snake 的话是之前的时候那个 Big Boss 用 Big Boss 的基因，然后魔童计划做成的克隆体。然后这边的话有关于依赖的 DNA 测试。这依依送了一个水瓶。
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of
进
the
行了
copied
DNA 的校
DNA
验，亲子鉴
sequences.
定。
Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood
血
relatives,
缘关系为
meaning
零。
the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit.
而我们知道依赖就
I
是，
saw him, I did a double take.
那么他和我们现在这个操作的主角匹配性是
Eli
0%。
isn't your clone. Though you might
也就
still
是说
have one，
我们玩的
somewhere
不是
out
Big
there.
Boss。
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish
其实在这个地方就
adults
提到了，
and
其实我们
coming to
现在
hate
玩
who
这
he
个
was
根本不是
cloned
Big
from.
Boss。
Big Boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit
其他的
sorry
东西
for
能
him.
骗人，但是 DNA 骗不了
But
人。
no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the tests left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's going to tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
真的在后面那个游戏的真正结局里面会告诉我们。然后我们现在的话，刚才跟大家说了嘛，这个游戏分好多人物的结局。刚才那个的话就是我们所谓的小孩的结局，这些孩子到最后会是怎么样？他们没有在我们的基地里面成长，也没有加入我们的钻石狗，最后就跟着依赖一起叛变了，然后飞走了。然后他们之后的结局的话就没有再说了，再也没提到了。这个就是这些小孩的最后的一个结局吧，算是。然后这边的话，这个游戏里面很多的剧情或者说内幕的一些背景，都是通过这些磁带来告诉我们的。所以说我们要听几个磁带啊，就可以让我们更加了解一下到底这是怎么回事儿。
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they
对啊，
were
这个游戏的话，幻痛
Needless
之
to
后
say,
的剧情
nobody
线
said
就是
word
接
to
在
him.
合金装备1
I
上
guess
的
they。got a message to him somehow.
Eli wasn't put in the corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room.
但是在合金装备1里面的
completely
时候，
cut off
我
from
们
the
是没有
outside
见到
world.
过那个大
Then
机
how'd
器
you
人的，对
find
吧？
out?
It's only one
所以说那个
possibility
机
I
器人
can
最后
think
的话，
of.
肯定是有
The
方式
Soviet Union has been
被毁掉
researching
了。
military applications for
那个应该是
psi
后话，就
phenomena.
是这个幻通的 DLC 要讲的事情了。
Things like
肯定要补完的。
psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception.
You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what card somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on.
读心的能
I
力
thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West.
Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through nonverbal means.
You're saying Eli read our minds?
It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him.
Ocelot.
Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based.
虽然这些磁带的话
scientific-
挺枯燥，但是大家如果看过之前的剧情，有很多疑问的话，这些磁带可以给我们很好的
I
解
hope
答。
that's the case.
到
But
底
I
是为
am
什么？怎么
convinced
回
they
事？
have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss.
How am I
某
supposed to
种
do
超能
that?
力啊，
If he is
心电
depending
感
on
应。
something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him.
I'll keep that in mind.
合金装备4的
Oh,
话
and
是
the
整
medical
个
team
剧
was
情
looking
的
at the
结局，
kids left on Mother
就是整个
Base.
合金装备剧
For the
情的结
moment,
局
they
到
don't
那个地方
seem
就完
too
了。
panicked.
但是不代表
The boss
它的
gets
作品
this.
就完结了，
Eli
可以做
got
前传
those
嘛，对不
kids
对
to？ plot their armed uprising as a diversion. Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That Brad got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's
本
that
来这就是一
mystery
个架
kid
空
who
历
was
史的
with
科幻
Eli.
游戏。
With those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
其实真正有心灵感应能力的不是依赖啊，是旁边那个小螳螂。小螳螂的话，基本上就可以算是 X 教授和万磁王合体，又能心电感应，然后又能移动东西。就像刚才那个高达，那个干达姆其实它不会飞，它站立的话都已经是很先进的技术了，飞更是不可能。但是它飞的话就是靠小螳螂，小螳螂把它弄飞了，所以说太变态了。然后这边这个线人的报告这个磁带的话，一共是3部分，然后告诉了我们就是那个小螳螂到底是个什么东西。
We finished
decoding the
我们听
informant's
一下吧，
report.
你可以对于那个小螳螂到底是个什么玩意
Floating
儿，
kid
会有一
we've
些
run
更
into
深
a
刻
few
的理
times
解。
now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the third boy. The third boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts
小
of
螳螂就是
Moscow
third
from
boy
Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to
它不是
Moscow.
控制金属，它
According to
是
the
控
report,
制任何
the
东西。
third boy was easily influenced by
它可以
other
让任何东西
individuals'
漂浮。
biofields, evil thoughts.
我只是给大家举个例子，就像那样可以控制很大的东西漂浮。他之前的时候还控制过什么？控制过火人，你们还记得吗？他可以控制火人瞬移，可以控制火人漂浮，可以控制火人燃烧，还可以控制我们之前的那个第3只的英语种的寄生虫的那个小试管漂浮起来。
He's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his
只是给大家举个例子而
telepathic
已。
abilities get taken over
熟
by
悉的例子，
another
然后套用
person's
一下。
will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's
然后这个地方就是为什么
natural
小螳
strengths.
螂，既出现在火人身边，又出现在骷髅脸身边，最后又出现在伊赖身边，就是这个。
making them a puppet essentially.
他虽然是很厉害的一个超能人、超能力者，但是他好像主观的意识特别薄弱，很容易被其他的人，尤其是那种复仇的意志，或者说一种很强烈的情感所感染。小螳螂很容易被他们感染，然后就被不停的被他们控制，被宿主控制。刚开始的时候是受到火人的那个复仇心智。 然后后来是感觉到骷髅脸更强大，就帮骷髅脸。然后在骷髅脸的那个基地里面的时候，感受到了依赖，这个更强大的精神思想，然后就放弃了骷髅脸，跟了依赖了。
Triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away.
这个小孩基本上没有什么自我意识了，虽然很强大他的力量。
Like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening.
对，之前的时候我不知道大家有没有印象，就是在第20关的时候，我们去找到那个恶魔之屋的时候，那个火人不是第一次跟我们正面硬刚的时候，他不是还掐着我们脖子吗？突然间停下了。那个突然停下的话，就是因为旁边那个沙巴尼，还记得吗？那个孩子。 那个孩子当时的情感特别死之前的情感特别强烈，然后吸引到了小螳螂，所以说那个火人的动作才会停下来，给了我们逃跑的机会。依赖就是。
He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort, where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted.
以后的大 boss，
Same goes for when we
以后的大 boss。
extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via
这个讲究
the
第
third
20 关
boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Serac power
依赖就是最终 boss，
Sahelanthropus suddenly
是系
became
列的最终
active,
boss。
then crushed
这么
not
说，
only the man on fire,
好
but
几代都是打他。
Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that
但其实也是
location
一个意志
and
的
bore
传
anger
承。
more
他
extreme
说是要
than
超
either of
越，
them?
或者说他的父亲，但其实还是在帮他父亲完成。
According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains
那
affect
所
the
谓的世外
surrounding
天堂
magnetic field
Alter
more
Heaven
strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that
Boss 都是要
children's
必须死的。
myelin sheaths are still developing. So,
把这些磁带听一听的话，对于我们理解剧情或者理解人物的背景的话，会好很多。大家有很多的问题，平时这些问题的话，其实都藏在这些磁带里面。虽然这个磁带部分的话稍微有一点偷工减料，但是这种东西的话，可以更加的有选择性，对吧？你像之前的合金装备的话，像这些内容都是强制性的听的，就是在过场动画里面强制你听。所以说过场动画一场就差不多1个多小时。然后现在的话，幻痛其实我们玩到现在，剧情动画真的没有特别多，都是特别精彩的。 然后一些特别繁杂的那些内容都放到磁带里去了。你想了解就来听，听了之后你会非常的明白，但是你不听就会一知半解。
He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid.
他始终是个孩子。
Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him.
跟他共生。
So what kickstarted the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess.
这个其实就是这个游戏里面的一个设定吧，里面曾经出现过光盘，但是光盘不好用，再加上当时的时代的话 ，Walkman 随身听还是用磁带为主，所以说都是磁带。他都在讲这个我们见到小螳螂这些时间点是为什么。这是我们当初序章，还记得吧？非常震撼的序章，当时的小螳螂出现。
At least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgin was comatose.
Volgin 就是我们之前那个火男，这也是应该算是一个超能力者。Volgin 是3代里面的一个 boss， 沃尔金上校，不过已经被我们收服了，对吧？真正的死透了，尸体的话就放在旁边的那个隔离平台里。谢莫斯送2个血瓶。大家晚上好。
Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these 2 test subjects could be, he approached them.
那个开键的话，我看不见这边，它的提示不是那么明显。
This time, the boy let Skullface's will control Volgin. Volgin, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving.
对，这里是3代和1代的故事，不是3代和4代。 剧情的故事线的话是合金装备3，然后和平行者，然后原爆点，然后幻痛。幻痛之后的话，跟的那部作品是合金装备1。合金装备是一个编了一场很长时间的一场剧情，从1战一直编到2014年，所以说它是一个很伟大的系列嘛。然后这座里面的话又圆了一些坑，然后又开了一些坑。
Experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts. But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills.
他的一生确实会受到其他人的奴役。这样的超能力你要不要？就像那个小螳螂一样的超能力你要吗？心电感应可以控制物体。 但是自我的意志却特别的薄弱，很容易被别人奴役，这也是个悲剧。然后小螳螂的话是在1代的时候，合金装备1代的时候，被我们的那个 Big Boss 的儿子 Solid Snake 干掉了。好，这就是关于我们这些小孩、小螳螂还有依赖的剧情。听完这些磁带的话，应该会更加了解一些这东西。好，我们撤退了。 接着做我们的任务去。这部的主角是裸蛇，不是裸蛇，是 Venom Snake 毒蛇。这个叫 Venom Snake，Naked Snake 是 Big Boss， 然后这个叫 Venom Snake 毒蛇。然后我儿子的话一共是3个，一个是 Solid Snake 固体蛇，一个是 Liquid Snake 液体蛇，还有一个是 Solidus Snake， 这叫什么？固态混合体，固态混合蛇。 不顾不夜蛇也可以，都是克隆的，因为我们的 Big Boss 的话是在早年的时候经历过一场核实验，然后被核辐射过了。核辐射过之后的话，它是没有生育能力的。 但是这边的话，那个 Zero 就是 Cypher 想要留下这种非常强大的基因，就这种孤军深入的这种基因，对吧？然后他就把那个什么 Big Boss 的话，他的基因克隆了，然后克隆了3份好像是。Liquid Snake 的话是显性基因的克隆体 ，Solid Snake 的话是。
hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
细节又在磁带里。我们再来听一个磁带。就是为什么伊赖会这么顺利啊？在我们的基地里面这么顺利就引发一个叛变啊，同时还能把那个高达带走，因为他。
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
因为这个 Huey。
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it?
Hal 的话，有同学看过播合金4应该知道 ，Hal 的话就是 Otto。还记得合金4里面那个戴眼镜的博士吗？给我们做后期支援的 Otto。
He wanted to get in. It was such a short time we had.
就是他儿子。他们这一家的人吧，全都是为我们的 Snake 提供技术支持。
Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you.
哎，怎么念来着？
You're happy all the time.
Autocon.
Because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer.
没有人对 Huey 有好脸色。
It's the other way around.
虽然把他救回来了，但真的没有好脸色。这边的话，你可以看到这些东西，质问了非常多。当年的话，我们那个原爆点里面为什么会被那个谁，就是骷髅脸突袭，就是因为答应了那个核检查。答应那个核检查的人不是 Big Boss， 而是 Huey。所以说，很多人都怀疑他是叛徒。